Okay, so hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a really exciting video for you all. I'm going to be doing a anonymous Q&A. So I'm actually really annoyed because the other day I filmed a Q&A. I'm not joking, I had ketchup around my mouth. Like, it was, usually I would just post it, but I could not even. I don't know how I didn't notice, but that video is not going up. So I thought I'd just get new questions. I asked for anonymous ones on this thing called NGL. I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, before we get started, please like, comment and subscribe. Please ignore the state of me. Not much I can really say about it. I'm very sorry. Anyway, let's just get started. What would you say if it asked you on a date? Well, I would say no, because I have a boyfriend of almost 3 years. The weirdest place you've... Do you know what? In the garden? I don't even know what to say to that. Oh my god. What are your goals for 2025? Really just to stay consistent with my YouTube and social media. That's literally my only goal, really. And also to save more money for my house. Well, like a mortgage for a house. I definitely can't save enough to buy a house outright. I could have if I hadn't spent a penny since starting YouTube, but I have spent them pennies, so yeah. It's the most beautiful thing that happened to you in 2024. Probably, well, definitely my granddad surviving a heart attack and then a week later a cardiac arrest. The man literally died and came back to life, and he's pretty much had a full recovery. He had a ICD or something, it's like a pacemaker, but not. It's a bit different to a pacemaker. It's like a built-in defibrillator. That makes sense. So probably that, and also doing Route 66. Like, I'm so happy I managed to do that, because like Toby's gonna be starting full-time work when he finishes uni, and obviously I want to say we want to save for a house and stuff like that. So, and then after that we would have had a house, had to pay mortgage, and then eventually have kids. So it's just one of them things that people always say they want to do, and I knew I just wouldn't do it if I didn't do it last year. So I'm so happy I did that. Never wear a bra or never wear a thong again. These are really strange questions, but whatever. Never wear a bra, because I don't ever wear a bra anyway. I mean, I do, like if the dress looks like if the dress or top looks like it needs one, I'll wear it, but I cannot wear. I have literally been wearing thongs since I was young, and it's because I get so irritated by material around me. I don't like material. I don't even like, that's why I always wear skirts and dresses even in the winter. Don't like things on my legs even. So less material the better. Just saying. How tall are you? When I got measured like 2 years ago, they said I was 5'6", but I feel like I'm not. I feel like I'm shorter, because everyone else who says they're a certain height, my 5'6" just don't make sense. But it was literally a doctor that told me that, so I don't know. Surely the doctor isn't wrong, but I say 5'5.5", or like I want to say 5'6", but people are like, you aren't that tall. But like literally a doctor told me I was 5'6", so they did my height and weight. If the doctor was wrong, fair enough, but I am pretty much all leg. Like, I'm not joking. My body is so short. My legs are so long. I have said this before, but to put this into context for you, my mum is 5'9". I'm 5'5", 5'6". We have the same length legs. Very odd. I don't know what happened. I don't know if my body just stunted growing. But everyone on my dad's side is very short. Like, I'm literally the same height as my dad, nearly. Well, I am, pretty much. He just wears big boots. And then everyone on my mum's side, well, not everyone, but like, tall. So my mum's 5'9", her brother's like 6'2". And then my great granddad, my nan's dad, he was really tall. He must have been like 6 something. So I think I just kind of landed in the middle. But yeah, that was really long-winded. Do you have any piercings? Yes, I just have my firsts, seconds and my belly piercing. I had my firsts done when I was 6 years old. They closed up. Then I had them done again at 9 years old. They closed up. Then I had them done at 14 again, and they haven't closed up, so that was good. Also, I've had my second piercings done twice as well. Belly piercing I had done when I was 14, and I also have had 2 piercings before as well. I had that one there and that one there, and I just let them close up because I couldn't put an earring back in them when I had to change them. And to be honest, I wouldn't get them again because now I am terrified of needles. Not like, I don't mind tattoos because it's just on the edge of the skin, but the thought of something puncturing a hole into me really freaks me out. Piercings and blood tests are my worst thing. I can cope, I can wrap my head around an injection and a tattoo, but blood tests and piercings, I don't know why. I really don't know why. I mean, I don't really like any of the needles, but if I had to pick a needle, that sounds really weird. You got a sneaky link? Well, no. Have you ever cried during a movie? Oh, yes, I have. I don't really cry much at movies. I've cried, the only 2 that stand out in my head are Marley and Me. I'm never watching that film again. It is such a good film, but that was horrendous. Oh my god. I watched it and like it wasn't just tears. Like sometimes I get a bit like a bit choked up, teary at films, but I was sobbing. Like, and I don't sob really about anything unless I'm having a panic attack. I was heartbroken. That was literally, if you have a dog and you're obsessed with your dogs or dog like I am, do not watch that film. It is horrendous. Well, it's a really good film, but it was the most, I was literally like, you know, like when you go, like when you're crying, that is literally what I was doing. It was horrendous. And also there's one more film that really made me cry. Guys, this film does not get talked about enough. I have never heard anyone talk about it, and it is one of my favourite films ever. Like, just talking about it makes me want to cry. I watched it on my own, and I just sat there and cried. It was so good. Hang on, I forgot the name of it. I promise it is really good. I just feel like no one talks about it. Let me find it. It has Tom Hanks in. Yeah, see, it's not even coming up on the top of his like movies he's been in. It's so underground, this movie. Here it is, Saving Mr. Banks. It's from 2013. It says family/comedy. That much of a comedy. It's more, I would call it heartfelt, touching. But it's got Tom Hanks, so basically it's based on Disney. So Walt Disney, the man. Tom Hanks plays Walt Disney. And then Emma Thompson plays P.L. Travers, and that is actually the person who wrote Mary Poppins, because Mary Poppins was a book before Walt Disney adapted it into the film Mary Poppins. Yeah, it was a really old book, and it shows the writer of Mary Poppins, her life growing up in it, and she's very, you just need to watch it. It's so emotional. Like, the dad's an alcoholic, and it's just, oh my god. I made my mum watch it. Yeah, oh my god, it is just such a good film. Like, honestly, so good, and it's really nostalgic. I don't know why. Not that I was alive back then, but it feels nostalgic. Do you ever miss your ex when you watch back Memories? No, literally never. Genuinely never. And I'm not even kidding. I'm trying to think if I ever did. When I left, because I was with my first boyfriend for around 2 years, and then it kind of like fizzled out, and then I ended up breaking up with him, and then I jumped into another relationship that was horrendous. Not horrendous, like he was alright, like he didn't do anything to me, but it was just the worst match. Like, now all my family like, what on earth were you thinking? Like, he literally didn't even speak. Yeah, anyway, so when I was in that relationship, that only lasted like 6-7 months. I did look back at like my first relationship and think like, oh, but I knew I couldn't be with him anyway. Like the first boy, I just couldn't. But I would think like, oh, but since like meeting Toby, I've been with Toby. He's been in my life now for 3 years. And in April, it's our 3-year official anniversary. And yeah, I've just never even remotely looked back at things. I didn't really delete it much. I did of the second boyfriend because that just needed... I've kept a couple pictures, you know, just to show the kids when I'm older, but that really needed to be forgotten about. But I've kept some things just for memories, and I don't ever look at them. Like, I don't seek them out. And I don't ever feel like, oh, I really missed that, because I remember myself back in that time and it was just such a bad time, arguing 24/7. And now, like, me and Toby just don't argue. We, like, obviously we do sometimes, like, it's normal, but the arguing that was before in my first relationship was horrendous. Just both of us clashing, like, it wasn't anyone's fault or anything. Yeah. Would you tour around Australia and New Zealand? Yes, I definitely would. But I haven't really got the opportunity. And also, if I was going to spend money, I don't know why it's not at the top of my list. I just do not know why, because it's incredible. Like, Australia is huge and it's just stunning, and there's so many things you can do there, so many beautiful things like Great Barrier Reef. But I don't know why. If I had the money, I wouldn't pick there. I don't know why. But if I got like offered it, then obviously I would love to. If you didn't do YouTube, what job would you be doing and why? Realistically, I probably would have gone into like psychology or police kind of thing, because that is what I wanted to do. I would have probably gone to uni and done criminology or psychology, which I am planning to do in a few years, like, you know, like not in a few years, like just before I have kids or something, just so I can do that, like online uni, you know, adults do it all the time, something like that. I think that's what I'd be doing. Yeah, I can really see myself, well, I could see myself, not right now. In the past I could, not now, but in the future I can see myself doing something along them lines. If you didn't do YouTube, would you and Toby still have done Route 66 and other destinations you've been together? That's a really tricky question to answer, because if I didn't do YouTube, I wouldn't have been able to afford it. So no, in that sense, no, because I wouldn't have ever been able to afford that unless I was doing something else that earned me that much money to do it. But like, I didn't just do Route 66 and the other certain destinations because I do YouTube. Does that make sense? Like, I don't do it for the vlog. I just pick the places that I really want to go and vlog them. And half the time I don't even vlog. I'm so glad I vlogged all of Route 66. I still need to upload the last vlog. However, it feels a little bit insensitive at the moment, because it is when we went to, it's when we were in California and we were around like Palm Springs and Santa Monica, and obviously because of the wildfires, I don't know, like there's just something a bit, I feel like there's something a bit sinister uploading me like, oh wow, look at Beverly Hills, look at Palm Springs, when at the moment literally half of their houses have burned down. So I'm not uploading that yet, just out of respect. Would you learn to drive? Yes, I have actually done like 8 lessons since I was 17. I am 21 this year. Whatever. I just kind of don't want it at the moment. I want to be moving out by the end of 2026, like getting a mortgage, and I will be driving by then. Like, I want to be able to drive before I move out. So as long as I can drive by the end of next year, I am fine. I passed my theory second time round. I was 1 mark off the first time. I was fuming. I actually wanted them to, like, I felt like going in there and saying, can you just remark this? Come on. But yeah, that expired literally like last year, early last year, so I need to retake that as well. Someone's put, why do you open your mouth on your thumbnails? I only open my mouth on my thumbnails if it's like a video like this. I'm literally gonna have this thumbnail as an open mouth because it's like shocked, you know, like, oh, like what are people asking me, you know? Like I don't, for example, my makeup video I uploaded the other day, I'm not like in it, am I? It's just like, like, like what have they said? It's kind of just like that really, because I'm not going to be like this. Like it's just a bit weird. Would you ever work as a stripper? No, I would not. Nothing against them, but I just couldn't do that because first of all, I would just get the giggles. I could not. I would have to be completely blackout drunk every day to be if I was a stripper. I just really laugh at myself. Like, I couldn't do it. How do you feel that your YouTube views have decreased? Does it bother you at all? I still love your channel to death. Oh, thank you so much. That means the world to me. Yes, obviously it does bother me. But do you know what's weird? It's not the money that bothers me. It's the support. Which sounds weird, but like my favourite thing used to be knowing people enjoyed watching me and getting comments. Like I used to get so many comments, and that's what bothers me and hurts. Obviously it's a bit like, oh, I wish I was earning as much, but I can get over that. I can't really get over the fact like I don't have as many actual friends, supporters anymore. But you know what, everyone's YouTube views have decreased because TikTok's taken over. It took over ages ago, and people just don't have the attention span to watch YouTube videos anymore, and whatever, really. I'm just gonna keep making them, see where it goes. I keep saying I'm gonna try and do TikTok properly, but I just can't. I don't know why. I think I've got like a grudge, like a deep vendetta grudge against TikTok because it took away my YouTube from me. No, I'm joking. I'm not actually joking. But on TikTok, I feel like you either get this is not everyone, most of the time you either get famous for being really pretty, like extremely pretty, and most of them have no personality. And also, if you notice, the people that got big on TikTok for being like gorgeous are the people that tried to be big on YouTube before, but it didn't work because you need the personality, guys. Yeah, so either TikTok, really pretty, or you have to be really, really funny, and that kind of certain humour. And I feel like I am somewhere in the middle. Pretty funny, I'm quite funny, and I'm quite pretty, but I wouldn't get famous for either of them things. So yeah, I mean, that's not to say that's only what people on TikTok get followed for. That is obviously not true. Also, to add to them too, so pretty, funny, and if you have like a really interesting thing, like people are really intrigued, I've noticed on TikTok, with young mums, but I am as well, and I don't know why. Like, even if they don't show their children, I'm just obsessed with the fact that they are a young mum. I follow people if I am like genuinely really interested in their life for absolutely no good reason whatsoever. So maybe I need to have a more interesting life. I think people followed me as well at first because I was so young when I started, and people I think could relate to me more. They were at school, I was at school. They probably thought it was quite interesting that I was doing this whilst I was still in school. People were very interested at that age with other kids their age doing something so out of the ordinary, which back then it kind of was. And now I feel like I'm just not as interesting. I'm 20, I live with my mum and dad still, and I'm doing the same thing. It's just, and I get that, so I just got to get over it. Anyway, that is the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, and like I just said, big thumbs up, whatever. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I will see you all. This is going up on Sunday. I will see you all on Tuesday for a new video. Love you so much. Bye.